What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconerizon for a review show. No daily. Justin is out today, but there will be a daily later today, and there will be also a live later today, so stay tuned for that. Now it's just a review show. Usually, the review show is based solely, it's based on the game. It's going to be a bit different today. We will talk about the game a bit because it's the base of the video, what I'm gonna discuss, and it's about the players we're trying to keep, or the club wants to keep. That's what we're gonna discuss. On my right, you see a quote from Nedved pre-game, which is ironic, just because of what happened in the game. He was asked about Keane, and Nedved said, Keane has great potential. We want him to score 25 goals a season. And he was talking about next season because he said all attackers need to improve. And then you know what happened with Keane. It was an absolute disaster class. In front of goal, he had, I'm going to say 3 clear-cut chances. 1 a bit more difficult, but he should have scored at least 2. I'm putting it nicely now. At least 2. He missed them all. And he missed them all in an embarrassing way. It was just embarrassing to watch, At some point, at the end of the game, I kind of felt sorry for him. Just because I think at the moment he can do better. That's the issue. It's not like, it's an off game. It's just, that's him. That's him at the moment. And that Nedved said we want 25 goals of him next season. Pre-game, maybe he jinxed him. I don't know. Maybe it was that Nedved jinxed him pre-game, but that was horrendous. He had an awful game. He had an awful season. That said, he came on the last day of the Mercato. He talked about being happy to be back, ready to not prove everything wrong, but be the guy. He's not going to be the guy. He's not that guy. I don't think he's ever going to be that guy, The issue is we need to pay a lot of money for him. With bonuses, it's going to be close to 40 million euros at the end. And that's just ridiculous, It is what it is. It was a bad thing. We panicked, and that's what happened, This is the result. But this show is not just about Keane. It's about Sciglio. It's about Bernardeschi. It's about Quadrado. It's about these players. Now, before people attack me, I know we need to improve our starting 11. I know that's the main job. We need a big-time midfielder. We need a winger. We need a defender because clearly we need a left back. We need a striker. I don't know. We need a lot of things in the first team. I understand that 100%. I get that. My issue is handing out deals to these, whatever you want to call it, bench players. I don't want to call it bench players because Sciglio, Bernardeschi, these players, bench players play 10, 12 games a season. They don't play close to 30 games a season, or play good portions of 30 games a season. That's not bench anymore. That's first teamer. That's having a direct impact, a positive impact on the team on a consistent basis. These players cannot do it, They can. Bernardeschi had 5 years. We keep circling back to that Atletico game, or those few months before Dybala came back and in Ronaldo's first season. That's what we're talking about. In 5 years' time, he came on yesterday, and I had absolutely no clue until the end of the game when they filmed him. I was like, oh crap, he came on. He was anonymous. Nothing. No impact. No positive impact. You might say no negative impact, which is a positive for once, basically. But positive impact on the team, absolutely not. Same goes for Sciglio. He was horrendous. He cost us 2 goals. Sleeping, and it's not the first time he does that. He does that often. He went on loan to Lyon for a reason. He came back, he stayed because nobody wanted to pay his wages. He's staying now because Allegri likes him. And this is my point. Now is for the club to say, you like the Sciglio? Great. We cannot replace everyone in the season. You go to the Sciglio and you say, you get 1 year plus an option, and we can activate that option. Take it or leave it. You don't want to take it? Move on. Nobody's going to pay you what we're going to pay you, 2.5. And the thing is, like, fans, I don't want to tell fans what they need to think. I will just tell what my issue is with some things out there. One of them is, oh, but he's taking a pay cut. Yeah, they're average players. Like, they cannot ask for more money because they know it sounds ridiculous. They're average. That's why they're taking a pay cut. They know they are average players. Imagine them not taking a pay cut. Like, let's be real over here. We are, or not me, some are basically saying, because if a player takes a pay cut, it's good to be on the bench. No, it's not good. A player who's on the bench needs to have a positive impact when he comes on. Look at Ake when he comes on. A few times. Positivity. Something, like a spark. You don't have that with Bernardeschi and those players. You don't. You never had in those 5 years. You can count that on one hand. That's my issue. Another issue is saying, oh, but they can cover multiple positions. The Sciglio, yes, he can play on the left, on the right. And he can play that the same way in terms of it's not going to be a massive drop-off or it's going to be ridiculous better, you know? It's the same. For Bernardeschi, that's the biggest myth I've ever heard. I don't know who created that myth that Bernardeschi can play on different positions. He can. He cannot even play on his main position. I mean, he can play in terms of he can be out there, but he's not going to offer you a lot. Arthur, again, that's one of the worst signings we made in our history. And people think I'm exaggerating. It's just because of the cost on the books. It's ridiculous. When you see him on the pitch, he looks like a 50 million euro player, like a standard signing. Bang, average, you know? Negative impact on the team. Positive impact for the opponents. Every time. You know? And that's an issue. Cuadrado on a decline. And we are thinking about 24, 25. Danilo on a long-term deal. Thinking about giving him a new deal. That sounds ridiculous. Like, when you tell that to fans who support a big team, which we are, and you tell them you're going to extend the average players on your bench, you should be trying to move on a decline, on a certain age, they will laugh. But somehow the club is making us think, not me, it's a good idea because they're taking a little less money. You know, it's not a good idea. It isn't. You are wasting money. I call it wasting money. It's not saving money, it's wasting money. You save money on a transfer, fine, but you waste money on wages on a player nobody's gonna buy because they're average, and they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna help you out in the course of the season. They're gonna help you out getting 11 men on that pitch when someone is injured. That's all they're gonna do. They're not gonna help you out with the result in your favor. Maybe once here and there, but that ain't it. And again, when you play 30 games, you're not a bench player. You're a first team player. And these are not first team players for where we want to go. That's the main issue. I don't care about the pay cut. Perin, I get it. I get that. You know? That's fine. Because Perin is not going to play 30 games a season unless something happens with Chesney, knock on wood. He's not going to play those minutes. So it's fine. But the Bernardeschi's, the Sciglios, all these players, like those players, they're going to play those games. A lot of those games. Rugani, same. Yes, he had a good period, like a good stretch of games. There was talks about a new deal. What are we even talking about? Imagine giving Rugani a new deal. I've said it before. Imagine being in 25 and you still have Bonucci, because that was also a talk. Giving him a new deal. Players on a decline, players who were not good enough, players we sent out on loan, nobody wanted, benched by Cagliari, came back. We are reportedly thinking about giving them new deals. Like, maybe it's just me, Maybe just how I think. So let me know in the comments. But that's absolutely ridiculous. And again, I keep saying it. I understand we cannot replace 15 players in the summer. I get it. But that doesn't mean you need to give up 3-year deals, 4-year deals, just because they take a little bit less money. They're crap. There's a reason why they were at the end of his contract. There's a reason why some of them went out on loan. There's a reason why they came back. All these things have a reason. And it's not looking good at the moment. It's not looking good. That's the worst preparation before a Coppa Italia final you can ever have. You didn't play well. You kind of created a lot of chances still. You missed them all. And somehow you lost that game by making individual errors. That's the worst prep before a Coppa Italia game. When Inter came back from 2-0. Absolutely ridiculous, What a season we are having. It's just like, I've said it in my match reaction. After Wednesday, after the Coppa Italia final, it's done. The last 2 games are absolutely meaningless. It's just vibing and just being happy the season is over, because this is just one of the worst seasons in a very long time. And we made top 4, and people will say, yeah, it has been worse in the past. Yeah, but we came from Serie B. It doesn't mean we need to be on this decline, The worst part is, I don't think bringing in the players here and there is going to change things massively, because the mentality of the squad is also iffy. We conceded that 1 goal and we were shaking. Imagine needing 1 point today to secure top 4. And people say, maybe De Ligt played. It will be the same thing. It's just the mentality also in this team. They're soft. The moment they have some diversity, something doesn't go their way, they collapse. They absolutely collapse when we concede. Against Venezia, yeah, it came good. Today, it didn't. We give the ball to teams that are playing for relegation. We give them the ball. We cannot control possession. We cannot control the game. And Allegri comes out, we needed someone to dictate play, he says, to slow down play. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments. Do you think I'm exaggerating and we actually need give those players 3-4-year deals just because they take a little less money, and be stuck with them for 4 years, 3 years, and needing to watch them play 25 to 30 games a season, when we all know they're average, they're not good enough, you're not going to compete with them moving forward. It's just about the terms of the deal, the length, the duration of the deal, whatever you want to call it. With these average players, let's be real. I think it's time this club takes a massive U-turn and says, enough. Just walk. You don't need to commit 3 million to Bernardeschi for 3 years. You don't need to commit 2.5 for 3-4 years to Sciglio. Another 4 for Bonucci. Danilo, when they have deals, when they have long-term deals, or 24. You don't need to do that when you see players are on decline and not good enough. It's just ridiculous. But that's it. That's a review show for today. Like I said, there's not going to be a daily. There is going to be a daily today, but it's going to come out a bit later. But there will be also a live. So stay tuned for that. And then we will see you later tonight. And then we move forward to the Coppa Italia game towards the end of the season, towards the transfer mercato, hopefully with some more positive news. Let's see. Thanks everyone for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you later today. Ciao.